It's lekker.
We are Heart FM, Cape Town's beat.
14 to 9 o'clock. It's our breakfast. Thought very quickly I'd squeeze in a conversation just around land. And land, of course, one of the factors of production. But so too is capital. And if it doesn't help if you own land, but you don't have capital or access to capital to develop that land, to turn it into something viable. And I then got wind of an outfit called the Vumelani Advisory Fund. It's an NPO, and they work in that space within land reform to make land productive, so people get given land. But what happens then? They try and help build partnerships between investors and people who own land. I've got Peter Situ on the line. He's the chief executive of the Vumelani Advisory Fund. Very good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Good morning to you, Adam, and good morning to your listeners.
All right. Have I summed up adequately what it is that the Vumelani Advisory Fund does?
Oh, absolutely. We are a non-profit public benefit organization. We help beneficiaries of land reform to really make sure that their land, once it has been given to them, that it's productive. We help them through to really make partnerships, develop partnerships with the private sector.
All right, and give me some idea, because often land is given to people in areas that are far from either resourcing or far from infrastructure. So that's issue number one. A lot of it is agricultural land. So that would be number two. And in many cases, it requires a long-term investment to get that land viable to the point that it's able to provide you investor with any kind of return. So how do you manage all of those?
Well, I think at the outset it is important to point out that there are different uses of land for land reform. People always think that when we talk about land reform, they always think about agriculture. You know, some of the land reform land parcels are really for agricultural purposes. You also have ecotourism. I mean, the vast number of farms that have been transferred to beneficiaries of land reform are actually for ecotourism. But you also have land that is in the urban space, really, that's meant for housing development, etc. You know, but as Vumelana, we are largely involved in, land that's for agricultural purposes, that's more in the rural areas, and for ecotourism space, for forestry, and lately we also assisting some of the mining companies with their land reform initiatives.
I've heard in the past, and maybe this is even why your advisory fund exists, I've heard in the past of deals that have collapsed where finances have come along, they've laid foundations, they have started up farming projects and so on. The business goes bang, but then the landowner ends up losing the land because they've gone into partnership with people who don't necessarily know how to run a business or establish a farm correctly, and they end up not only in a worse position than they were before, but now they end up with massive debts because they've co-signed these deals.
You're raising a very important point, and this is what we are this is at the core of what we are doing as Vumelana. Post-settlement support is really key, i.e., once the land has been transferred to the community, it is important to make sure that those communities are supported. You are talking about partnerships. Partnerships actually require independent facilitation so that they're sustainable. And the challenge that you are actually raising, where partnerships or some of the partnerships are in favor of the investment partners, is primarily because communities have been left on their own to actually negotiate with some of these parties, to their detriment. So that's why it is important to make sure that you get skilled and independent facilitators to mediate between these two parties to make sure that they can actually arrive at win-win situations, to make sure that the land can be used productively. But it shouldn't actually end there. You also need to make sure that the community is capacitated so that they become a better partner. Here I'm referring to issues around ensuring that there are proper governance processes in place. You know, you need to help them so that they can develop policies and procedures, etc. You need to make sure that they can produce annual financial statements, and they can have regular general meetings and give feedback to their membership, because some of the infightings that we have experienced amongst land reform projects is primarily because you have a leadership that's not responsive to the needs of their members, and at times, due to a fault which is not of their own, you know, you find that they don't have the requisite skills and capacity to actually work on their books, to make sure that they can hold these meetings, etc. So, which is why, as Vumelana, we have been emphasizing the whole issue of that once the land has been transferred to beneficiaries of land reform, there is even a greater need to make sure that they are actually supported. The issue of funding, I mean, is a critical issue. I think as a country we need to urgently develop innovative ways of actually financing land reform. You know, there's a huge demand on public resources, and it exceeds available funds. And also, we are also mindful of the fact that there are restrictions on access to affordable finance, and this needs to be addressed. And whilst we are at it, our view is that entering into partnerships with the private sector is the most expedient way through which we can address the current challenges, whilst we try to find lasting solutions to issues around inclusive financing for land reform.
All right, I'm going to park it there for this morning. Interesting stuff, you know, all fair and well. Land being given back. And I mean, come on, we need land restitution in this country. But what do people do with the land? And how do they go about extracting the value of being landowners? That's exactly what Vumelani Advisory Fund looks to assist beneficiaries with. We spoke with the Chief Executive there, Peter Setu. Thanks very much for his time this morning on our breakfast.
Heart FM traffic.
Well, let's just take a quick final look at what's happening in the traffic. There's still load shedding